Hello everyone, this is again Endariel and I'm going to make a audio review about the recently finished, I'm catching up, somewhat at least, Khemjira. Khemjira, I hope I pronounced this halfway right. Khemjira. It was well received, looking at the rating it got. I got much praise on forums and in the comment sections. So I'm a little bit restrained, to be honest. I just now, a few minutes ago, finished the last 12th episode, the last 12th episode, and I'm still somewhere. I don't know what to say about it. Honestly, they usually series are. I'm quite certain I like them. I don't like them, and it goes sums up, some down, or some in the middle. With Khemjira, I just don't know really how to feel about this. If I look back now at the extremely long last 12 episode, it reminds me of the first two. When I watched the first two episodes, I was so bored that I stopped. It's true. I'm sorry. It's true. It dragged the first two episodes, and I felt that nothing happened. Everyone was acting like in slow motion, and as much as I enjoyed many of the middle episodes, like until 10, 11 even, the 12th episode gave me much the same feeling I have, unfortunately to say, that like you see when you sometimes when you watch YouTube videos, there are people who speak so extremely slow that you have to accelerate to 1.25 or 1.5 speed because they talk so slow. There are a few others I have the other way around, but it's usually, well, let's try to focus on the goods. The actors were all good looking. I mean, the actor who played the Shaman, Peem, is a supermodel. He has supermodel looks. It's quite clear. His figure, his face, everything is radiating supermodel. Um, and also the other Kim is, I say, fairly good looking. Not so much on top of the top five for me personally, but okay. I like the second couple more, to be honest. Both in the way they looked, like really just from the handsomeness. My personal favorite in looks was Chan, the glasses guy. But then I had always a weakness for nerdy guys, so it's probably just my thing. I felt that the second couple, the Jet and Chan, were sort of more the convincing couple development, just personally. And one of the issues I have with the storytelling, it's a similar like with time travel stories. I used to watch much Star Trek, and Star Trek had a lot of time travel, and other series and stories use time travel from time to time. And it's always extremely complicated to make a time travel story convincing until we have not time travel, but we have karma spending over several lives, or mostly one life that in the past that caused the issue, the curse. I will try to keep spoilers to minimum. When something really terrible happened to a woman who is now has now cast her curse on Kem as the last of his family so far. Being a gay, probably the last that there is. Sorry, joke aside. But I was not really overwhelmed by this setting. And it's a little bit ironic given that I'm I lead a spiritual life personally. And still, it's like maybe it is especially because when you're an occultist and a spiritual person, it's like if you're a librarian I mean, you may love being a librarian. You love spending it in a library, but then you watch a film about librarians. I'm not so certain. Maybe if you are a librarian, you and love to be a librarian, you love to see movies about librarians, but I don't. For me, it's like I'm a historian and social scientist. It's like the same reason that I don't watch history dramas so much or dramatizations of social issues because it's my job. And when I have entertainment, it's like, oh, it's the same again. It's a little bit probably like that. And then also this entire concept of there was this past life and there is karma and there are curses, and I'm just not a friend of this kind of storytelling for the same reason that I'm not a friend of time traveling. It's so complicated, like just to I'm not trying to harp on the karma idea, which I really dislike profoundly. It's this, okay, you did something bad to this, but then so many lifetimes happened. Did he not have bad lives in the lives in between? Because the time when the bad event happened was apparently several lifetimes ago, so it seemed to me. I don't know. And if karma is such an unbreakable mechanism, why is it not just happening automatically? Like, I mean, there was this scene, if you remember this, the glasses guy, Chan, was asking the monk exactly that at the end. And there was a pseudo explanation like, oh, it had to happen this and this. And really, it's all this destiny thing, this karma. It had to happen this way. It's like a Deus ex machina sort of thing. At least I feel about it. Oh, it had to happen this way. It was destiny. It was karma. Uh, I'm not very fond of this. I mean, okay, this is Southeast Asia, an entire of East Asia and Southeast Asia has this destiny, this karma thing. It's very strong there. But I'm a modern Westerner. I have to admit, even as a spiritual person, it's not very convincing to me. It's like, yeah, okay, it's destiny, so I don't know. But going back to the acting and the actors, it just overshadowed the entire thing. The acting of the main couple was personally not very convincing, I must admit. Especially the model. He has such a very cool name. I have to scroll down. Maybe I've found it here. Why is it not written there? Harit. Keng Harit. Oh, that's a wonderful name to have. And he's a wonderful, beautiful model, but I don't think he's such a wonderful actor. Maybe it was the script that as a shaman he always has this, I won't say empty, but stern, detached look, like he's not really there. But even when in the last episode, when there's a sort of time skip, I don't know. It's a little bit. I don't feel the mojo of strong love from his facial expression. From he walks always so slowly, he talks slowly, and there are long scenes where people stare and say nothing, and it's all like a reduced speed. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who love just exactly this, but this is my review, and I don't. I mean, there are moments for this in small doses. It's like when you, I don't know, having a cake now and then or whatever, something, whatever it is. There are things in small doses which are great, but this series was so, and I felt this at the first two episodes, and I felt it extremely at the last 1 hour, almost 50-minute long ending episode, where I felt it stretched and it stretched and it stretched, and so many in between mini stories and mini dialogues happened about this and that and the other. Well, I'm sorry, it was just too much. Like someone had a big bowl and said, "Oh, let's throw just everything that tastes good into this bowl." And this is not always a good idea. Sometimes really less is more. Getting to the good, the cinematography was great. It was epic. Camera angles look looking at sceneries, at small details, at just small things like when Jet puts the dolls of the two spirits into the box and you see the ornamental box. Everything looks beautiful and stunning, from what they wear, what the areas, what the landscapes looks, what the buildings looks, the normal people, the special people. Everything really looked stunning and great. So visuals, cinematography, uh, I don't know what you call it, who decides the clothing and such thing, the costumes. And so that gets a 10 out of 10 easily. So it was a feast for the eyes, that's no doubt. But story and acting, the many secondary or tertiary characters, they were convincing. The second couple, Jet and Chan, were very convincing. But I just felt that the acting of the main couple was just not really so much carrying it. There was convincing crying scenes and convincing magic scenes of the shaman, but it's sort of, I don't know, it was something just like when my impression from the first two episodes was that I felt there was it was lacking a little bit of oomph, like, and it was a little bit all over the place. I think that's the English expression. So I don't want. It sounds harsher than it is. Uh, as a facet, I would say it was a nice show. I was entertained. I had fun, but it's certainly not something I will have the energy to watch, to go through a second time. The long episodes, I'm not generally against long episodes, but it's like, oh, let's put so much. And the 12th episode was just an example for this. There is so many characters. That is the monk, the first monk, who is, I won't say. Then there is the second one with the father. Was just kind of superfluous. And then there is Jet and Chan going to the father of Jet, and they say, I'm gay, and we are a couple. And yes, it's like, okay, there is this outing, but the father of Jet, I don't know, did he ever appear before? I can't remember. And it was like there is suddenly an outing of two people to a father who I can't even remember was there or played any particular role. I mean, it's like, okay, a checklist, okay, outing to the father. I'm sorry if it sounds so negative. I don't feel it so negative. It was just, I felt it a little bit superfluous given that the father of Jet just wasn't in the story in any way that I noticed. Maybe I'm getting old and forget it, but I couldn't remember. This is his father. Oh, I knew it because in episode 12 Jet said it, or Chan said it. And there was this woman who was with this other guy in the black motorcycle jacket, quite a superfluous character. I mean, he was looking good, he was an interesting character, but they were adding so much details, like in the landscape where it was beautiful, or like in the entire setup of the house of the shaman. This was really so many beautiful details, but in the story they put a little bit too many details in it. I'm sorry, it was just. I was overwhelmed in well, what is this now? And then giving necklaces and giving, I don't know what shenanigans they gave. And it was that as if I had to make a list of things and peoples and ongoings and karmic relations. And one of the main question is if this woman, the evil woman, wants revenge, why isn't she not making her revenge against the people, against the man with the three wives, for instance? I mean, Kem was a child at the time and basically following orders. I mean, you can still say, okay, you're always responsible, but what was a bit a harsh idea of karma, and then it's like, yeah. Coming to a conclusion, it was a good show. It was entertaining show, but it was, I admit, even I have to say something really weird, but even the NC scene, the not really sex, almost sex scene between Kem and the shaman, Pim, I think was his name. I skipped it. I'm sorry. I just skipped it. I just wanted to come to an end at episode 12. This is like when I have this feeling I know something was too slow, too convoluted, too chaotic, too much, too much, too much. And I was not, as I said, convinced of the chemistry was just not so powerful. And especially the acting of both main characters was not so strong, especially if the shaman was. Maybe he was supposed to be like that. Maybe it's just because he can't. I can't say about that. But that's my conclusion about Khemjira. So I have a difficult to give a rating, but giving overall there was much good in it. I would give it a 7 out of 10.